Scott Starr, 1055 Maple Drive. I want to thank the last gentleman because he's exactly right. In fact, I want to give one example of when we work together, how this county can do very special things, and that's Relay for Life. Armstrong County is #1 in Relay for Life for how many years? And we all work together. Now, we come up to the schools, and we're all fighting. And I think there's some reasons for this. You know, a lot of the debate has been good. Most of it hasn't been. And I want to touch on a few of the things that haven't been productive. #1, before you start to rationalize schools, and before you do anything, you have to lay some objective criteria out to the people, to the public. You first look at what you have, then you do the studies and see what schools fall in that objective criteria so that you can close them. Also, I want to say there's a lot of mis and disinformation out there. The best example right now is Lenape. Lenape's the current whipping boy, and it's ridiculous. Last Monday, Mr. Markolinsky showed math scores of 22.9% and reading scores of 35.6% proficient, and his numbers are exactly right. But the fact that Lenape is failing is false, because Lenape tests the kids before they enter. And let me give you some of those figures. This is the range from 2006 to 2009. Students from Armstrong School District were 74 to 86% not proficient in math. In reading, they were from 40 to 57% not proficient in math. The other schools, Apollo Ridge, Leechburg, and Freeport, were 42 to 92% not proficient in math. In reading, it was 35 to 100% not proficient. So, we weren't told this data. What else weren't we told? We weren't told that Lenape has about 6 months to prepare these kids for the PSSA test. So let me ask you, whose fault is it? Is it Lenape's fault after 6 months? No. Is the best idea to bus these kids 3 times daily and take more instruction time away from them? Absolutely not. Mr. Markolinsky said if this were the private sector, someone would be fired. And he's absolutely right. The data that was given, whoever gave that data would be fired for providing misleading data, at least in my opinion. The next thing I want to touch on is the alleged super school. Look, I ask everyone, please go to the Armstrong website. The papers are there. Look at them and read them. The consolidated school is one of 4 options. It is not the only option. I would also like to address another misconception. Yes, in the 1980s, there was to be a consolidated Katanning Ford City High School at the West Hills Complex. My class was to be the first one to graduate from that. It was going to be called Fort Armstrong, and our colors were going to be black and silver. That never panned out either. So for anyone who thinks that there is a super school, quote unquote, across the river, that imaginary line of demarcation, that's totally gone. It's off the shelf. What there is the possibility, one of 4 options, to build a consolidated school in the Lenape complex. The cost of that is $95 million. Let's take a look at the other options that we have here. And I want to provide a little bit of history also. In 2005, Danco Associates made a plan which we would have already been finished updating our schools and rationalizing facilities. We didn't follow that plan. We lost time. In 2006, Elderton and Lenape were scheduled for improvements. Once again, this plan was not implemented. In 2007, Hayes Large did a comprehensive review offering renovation options for our schools, anywhere from $12 million, which essentially is a Band-Aid, to $97 to $137 million, and all these are renovations. None of these were agreed upon either. So last week, Mr. Solak said, come on, let's tell the taxpayers the truth. So we're asking the board, tell us the truth. What is the plan for the next 10 years? Which of these is it? Is it the $95 million plan? Is it the $137 million plan or the $97 million plan? All we're asking is let us know. We deserve to know. So here we are in 2010, and none of these plans by the taxpayers over the last few years have been adopted. Where are we at? Nothing. Another stalemate. So I want to say numbers can be played with. Enron accounting can make anything look good or bad. And the numbers I gave are right from the ASD website. I didn't parse anything. They're right there. I encourage you to look at them. But I want to discuss the Armstrong School District budget. Is that it?
Well,
oh, okay. Well, I just want to talk about the budget in terms we can all understand. It's all money coming in and money going out. At your house, if you make more than what is going out, you save it. If more is going out than you make, you cut back. Why can't we do the same thing? We have a huge bill coming, $6.4 million in pensions in 2012, and here we are spending money. Come on, guys. If we can do a relay for life and be number one, let's do a relay for education and make sure that we can be number one.